Hello, my name is Jess. Welcome to yesterday's Coffee Grounds, where I am feeling unbelievable. So I have filmed a couple videos showing raw emotion of pure sadness, and that's okay because we need to, as a species, as people who feel emotion, we need to go to those what we call low points, or what people like to label as negative emotions. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Imagine living in a constant high state all the time. Imagine being 10 out of 10 on dopamine all the time. It's impossible. You can't do it. The body suffers and it just doesn't work. We need to go down and then we can level out afterwards. Because how can you know joy? How can you know your body can adapt and overcome if you don't get to those low points? And that sounds maybe a little bit cliche. You got to get to those low points to know what the top feels like, what it feels like to be on top of your emotions. And I have worked so hard over many years to be able to process my emotions appropriately. My grandma taught me, she gave me this metaphor of a water bottle. And our emotions are like a plastic water bottle, where if you put a little bit in the water bottle, like let's say the water represents your emotions and the water bottle represents your vessel, your emotional capacity. If you keep filling that bottle up with emotions and don't deal with it, eventually it's going to overflow and there's going to be a big emotional release, whether it's typically crying or anger. And you just squeeze a little bit out. And it's only the surface of what's going on. So we need to do the work, and then it just gets filled up again. But we need to do the work to release all that emotion. And over the years, there was one year, my first year together with Rob, I swear, the first 3 months just crying and letting go of a lot of emotional baggage. I went through a psychedelic era, and through that, I uncovered a lot of stuff about myself and was able to flush that out of my system. Now I've been working on, and I don't know how well I'm doing at it. I'm 25 years old. I'm working on my emotional toolbox. I've said that this is part of my reason here as a human, is to develop and understand human emotions, because I have experienced all sides of the spectrum of such grand emotions, grand happiness, where it's like 10 out of 10 all the time. But then I come to burnout, and then when I get to that low point, I went really, really low because I'm like, I'm not happy anymore. What's going on? And I didn't understand that it's supposed to be that way. You're supposed to come down and level out, not just be 10 out of 10, because people are like, you gotta live in happiness, you gotta live in joy. I didn't understand that you gotta have a plateau at some point. So I have been doing really well. I feel like I appropriately managed my emotions of finding out I was pregnant, going through a miscarriage all on the same day, and spending some days crying and talking about it and being open with my emotions, honesty with myself, giving myself grace, allowing myself to take a couple days off and not just push through it. And I just did 3 quotations there. Not just push through it. And I feel really proud of myself for that. And I usually don't feel proud of my emotional maturity, but I feel really good about myself. And now, coming into today's Thursday, I've spent the last 3 days training and feeling really good about my training, and spending each day working on something specific, visualizing what are my goals, what am I working towards, why am I doing this? That's a huge thing. If there's no why, there's no drive, there's no motivation. So asking myself, am I just training to train, or am I training for a purpose? Well, I'm training for a purpose. What is your purpose? Why do you want to get there? What is that significance, and how may you feel if you don't get there? So asking all these questions. So having a structured workout routine in the morning, doing my journaling, lately I've been doing gratitude and being grateful for the life that I live, the land that I live on, giving thanks to people who have walked before me, and being open for the people to come after me, and opening up my space to that has helped me so much. Allowing forgiveness into my life has helped me so much. And I feel like this past couple of days, and I am one who believes everything happens for a reason. It all happens for a reason. I shared this story. One of my buddies, he's like, that doesn't work because what if somebody who's innocent gets life in prison for a crime that he doesn't commit? Well, I still believe everything happens for a reason. And for me, that's the way that I make sense of it, and that's how I go forward with it. And I feel a lot more confident in my ability to manage certain kind of news, certain kinds of disappointments, of letdowns, of surprises. And it was all so concentrated in one weekend. And I feel very confident in my ability next time it comes up that I'll be a little bit stronger to manage that and understand the process of grief and anger and letting go of that emotion and being honest with myself. How do I feel? Checking in with myself, honoring the fact that I needed to cry for probably, I think I cried like 5 hours that weekend. Just random times of the day, and I needed to sleep a little bit more. And also, like, after a miscarriage, you still go through your period, so then making sure I was up on my vitamins and making sure that I don't get to a low point because I am deficient in vitamins and I'm dehydrated, making sure that I stay on top of that kind of stuff, because that is also very important. A lot of our food is not nutrient dense. It is stripped of its nutrients because the soil is depleted. So making sure we are taking a vitamin supplement or eating certain kinds of foods that we know are nutrient dense. Excuse me, pardon me, but I am definitely a lot lighter, and I know this is one step closer to the human that I want to be, and I am a constant work in progress. I thank the Lord for working with me. I thank Creator for giving me signs and signals that I am on the right path, because I asked for that. I asked for signs and signals. If this is what I'm supposed to be doing, please let me know. If I am not on the right path, show me the way. Give me somebody visual in my life, have somebody appear that I need to go somewhere else. And there has been so many instances where this has been the case, where there was one time where I was looking for childcare, and I was planning to go to school. I needed childcare, and I was like, I just need to go for a walk. So I go for a walk, and I ran into a gal who was a nanny, and she told me all about the ins and outs of being a nanny, that some people just do 2 days a week, people do nanny share, and she told me everything about it. Amazing. It's amazing. You can call it coincidence, but it's happened so many times. That's one example. I did my workout today, and I was doing speed and agility, and I was like, wow. I sat on the floor and I was doing some stretching and reflecting on my workout, what I felt good about, what I feel like I could have improved on, because I have just 30 minutes to exercise. I'm going over it, and I'm like, I need to go lay in the grass, because I need to really visualize those questions I ask. What am I training for? Why am I doing what I'm doing? And I go and I'm walking outside, and right as I take my socks off, put my feet on the grass, an eagle, not even flying, it just glides over my yard. Bald eagle, right over my yard. And I just broke down. I just cried and said, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, because that is a sign, that is a concrete thing for me. And whether you believe it or not, you can make your own meaning in life. That's the beauty of it. There is the truth. There's definitely the truth, but you can make meaning and purpose out of so many things. And seeing that eagle, for me, that is a good omen. That is a sign for me that I am being looked after. And what I am doing is something that I don't know what the potential is. And I'm not just talking about with exercise, but with a lot of other aspects of my life, even just doing this video log, doing this, and the way that I'm raising my son. I feel so good about it. I feel very confident in what I am doing on a daily basis. And that's my son waking up now. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Not to tell you what to do, but I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!